It is time to start the show. Welcome to Hooligans Underground, everybody. Welcome to Standing Room Only. And a happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday!
Yeah.
Hey.
All the best days on the planet are on a Tuesday. Election Day, Mardi Gras, Standing Room Only.
And Standing Room, oh yeah, that's
Damn right.
that's an elite group, an elite group. Oh.
Elite. All right, so I'm gonna start us with a quick little story about Boudreaux.
Boudreaux.
Now, a local factory down there in Bro Bridge, which is right outside of Lafayette, for those of y'all who might know a little bit about Lafayette. Anyway, a factory down there was having a problem with thieves. Now, they suspected that the thievery was going on the night shift. All right, so they put an ad in the newspaper for a night watchman to try and catch the thieves. Now, Boudreaux just happened to be unemployed, and he looked and he seen that, and he applied, and he got the job. Now, on his first night, as the workers were getting off, he checked each and every one of them. He checked their lunch pails, he checked their pockets, he checked their backpacks, he checked everything. But he didn't find anybody with anything out of the ordinary. Until one worker walked out pushing a wheelbarrow, and it was full of newspapers. Now, Boudreaux knew he had his thief. Now, he figured that the man was covering his pilfered goods with the newspapers. So he checked under all those newspapers, and he ain't found nothing. Now, questioning the man, he was told that the man collected all the old newspapers from the lunch and break rooms, and he sold them. Nothing wrong with that. So Boudreaux figured that he was going to keep a close eye on this guy anyway. He knew he was up to something. Every morning, for the next year, as the night shift was ending, Boudreaux would perform his searches, and every single morning the man would leave with his wheelbarrow full of newspapers. Boudreaux never caught anybody stealing. Never. Now, one night when Boudreaux reported for work, he found his supervisor there waiting for him. And the boss told Boudreaux, he said, "You ain't been doing your job. You fired." Now, of course, Boudreaux was kind of surprised by this because he thought he was doing an excellent job.
Yeah,
and he told the boss that much. So then the boss looked at Boudreaux and he says, "Okay, Boudreaux, now how do you explain that the factory is missing 365 wheelbarrows?" That's one slick thief, yeah.
Good one.
All right, now we're going to move over to the little story about Thibodeau. Now, Boudreaux, he saw Thibodeau leaving his house the other day in his pick-em-up truck. Now, this truck was loaded down with everything he owned. Now, naturally, Boudreaux stopped Thibodeau and he asked him what he was doing, where he was going. Thibodeau said, "Man, Boudreaux, I just saw on the news that most accidents happen within 20 miles of home. So I decided to play it safe. I'm moving 30 miles up the road." All right, y'all. Boston got something he wants to say.
Yay!
He's probably going to give us our weekly sports update. So everybody, let's give Boston a big hand.
Yay, Boston!
Yeah. Who lost the game last Saturday?
Wasn't home, couldn't see it.
It was a good game, though, right?
Boston, you lose your voice?
Boston, are you going to tell us the scores?
We won 45-23. We beat Ohio State. We got Iowa this Saturday at 7:30. The championship game. Go Michigan.
Go Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
buddy.
Blues.
Yay!
The Big Ten
right.
championship. Yeah, that's the Big Ten
Yay!
championship.
Hey, by the way,
And the spot of the
Big hand for
playoff.
Boston.
Yay,
Hey,
Boston!
Boston.
Great job. Great job.
Hug, Cy.
the Boston or anyone, does anyone know if the U.S. beat Iran in the World Cup today?
Bum, bum,
I
Iran.
don't know.
Bum, 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 bum,
Yeah,
Iran.
USA beat
Bum, bum,
Iran. Yeah,
bum, bum, bum,
USA won.
Iran.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. USA won 1-0. So USA goes to the next round, and so does Iran too. For some reason, they don't get sent home. They get one more chance to lose.
Generally, in these World Cups, the early rounds, you get two chances.
Oh, okay.
So I guess USA must have lost one already because they was talking about if they didn't win tonight, they'd have went home.
Exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
Well, they might have lost one already.
Yeah, they must have. I mean, it is the USA and it is soccer. So
Not quite our forte.
right. All right, y'all. Thibodeau, he was on his patio barbecuing some yard bird, and the other day, and he let the fire on the pit get a little bit out of hand. Now, the first thing he knew, the patio roof was on fire. So he ran into the house and he called the fire department. Now, Fire Chief Boudreaux answered the phone to hear Thibodeau yelling. He said, "Y'all come quick. I done caught my house on fire." Now, Chef Boudreaux asked him, says, "Okay, how do we get there?" Now, Thibodeau replies, "Chief, y'all ain't got that big red fire truck no more?"
What a pair those guys are. Huh? Honestly.
I'm telling you what.
Never a dull moment down on the bayou. Never.
Run.
All right, so I'm just going to do one more, and then we'll do open mic. And, yeah, one more. All right.
One more.
Now, this goes way back to when T. Boudreaux was a little booger.
Booger.
Now, his mama, Marie, of course, she was the small one in the family. She was trying to teach him to read. Now, as all parents, she had a little animal book for him. Now, as they went through the book, Marie was asking little T. Boudreaux about the different animals and the sounds they make. And Marie said, "What kind of sound does a cow make?" Little T. Boudreaux says, "Moo." "And what kind of sound does a cat make?" Little T replies, "Meow." Now, Marie, she really proud of her boy, and she turns the page, and she says, "Now, what kind of sound does a frog make?" Now, little T. Boudreaux, he thinks for a minute. "Bud." Some of y'all, you might have to be a certain age to get that one.
Bud.
Well, some of us still have our brains at that age.
I know. Budweiser. I love that commercial. That was one.
That was the bestest commercial. Really was.
Then we got all politically correct and we couldn't be defaming
Yeah, that
frogs
sucks.
or something.
Kills the fun
Was
out of
it trying
it.
to advertise that their beer tastes like swamp water?
Probably.
You're so dumb.
Was Louis? What was it? Louis the Lizard? Was it Louis the Lizard and the Budweiser frogs? In the swamp, they had the lizards, right? I mean, it was Super Bowl. I think they incorporated Louis the Lizard.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh?
it was a Super Bowl commercial originally.
Yeah, but they had the
remember the
frogs,
lizard.
and then there was the lily, right? Or the lizard, right? Louis the Lizard, was that?
I don't recall.
I'll have
think
to look
so.
it up. I used to love those commercials. That's
I
why
love
I'm
the Budweiser horses. Those are great.
All right, so we're gonna do open mic. So whoever
Open
wants to
mic.
come up here, come on up. But tell me
On
so I
up.
can introduce you while I'm up here.
Yeah, Hope, Fiddlah, Glee, why not?
I'll go.
Okay,
Gleesa.
Gleason's
Hey,
on.
Gleesa!
Oh,
Hey, there you
yeah. All right,
go.
everybody, let's welcome Gleesa to the stage.
Hey, Gleesa!
nice outfit.
She closed her eyes.
Can't hardly hear nothing.
I like her outfit.
Yeah, it's
Say
good.
anything, Lisa?
Is she muted?
Yeah, now I'm talking.
There you are.
There you go. Now you're talking.
know,
Now you're
It is
talking.
getting cold out. It really is. It's so cold I had to break the smoke off my chimney.
Break the spook.
Well,
And it's so cold I had to open the refrigerator to heat the house. New York City is so cold, the Statue of Liberty had to put the torch inside her dress.
That's cold.
that's cold.
It's so cold, the prisoners are begging for the electric chair.
That's too cold.
That's a good.
And it's so cold, I saw one dog trying to jumpstart another one, but maybe that was different. It's so cold that the men in the neighborhood's balls have become ovaries.
Oh, shrinkage.
That's shrinkage to a new level.
Yeah, right.
It's so cold that the roosters are rushing into KFC begging to use the pressure cooker. It's so cold Richard Simmons started wearing pants.
In the movie theater?
That's Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah, that's
Oh, right, that's right.
Yeah.
That's Pee Wee.
Oh, sorry, they all look alike to me.
It's so cold the streaker froze in mid-streak and the mayor had to hung a plaque around his neck, so we have to wait and pretend he's a statue until spring.
Hey, what are you gonna do?
It's so cold I chipped my tooth on my soup.
On your soup.
It's so cold Dunkin' Donuts is serving coffee on a stick.
Oh, popsicle coffee.
It's so cold I actually saw a gangster pull his pants off. It's so cold ice cubes are coming out of my faucet.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, it's so cold I'm drinking hot sauce instead of coffee.
Oh, that'll get you going.
The shits too.
It's so cold I got brain freeze. Oh. It's so cold I had to chisel my dog off a fire hydrant.
Is it cold?
It's so cold trees are chopping themselves into firewood. Yeah, it's so cold cops are tasing themselves.
Tasting themselves.
Oops, 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 whoops, 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 whoops.
Your place?
No, I ran out of cold jokes.
Boy, it's so cold I chiseled my turds down the toilet.
Oh my gosh.
Got any hot jokes?
Oh, it's so hot. No, I think those are all pickup jokes. Well, I guess that'll do it for me. It's so cold I got to go back to my other seat.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Gleesa.
All right, big hand for Gleesa. I ain't got no cold jokes, but then again, it ain't cold where I'm at, y'all.
Yeah,
It don't ever get cold.
How hot is it?
It's all ain't cold down here neither.
Nah, it's like, well, 73 degrees, but it's supposed to be a little cold tomorrow.
Oh, 73? Damn, man, that's some nice, that's good weather.
No, about the first 2.5 weeks we were in the 70s.
Yeah, yeah. You were.
And now we're 26 degrees at night.
Whoa.
Oh, man. We're still in the 80s here. During the day, we're in the 80s. Barely in the low 70s at night. God.
Wait a minute.
Well,
80s?
I don't know if
You're
this,
in Florida,
I guess
right?
this cold front probably ain't
Yes.
gonna make it down there either.
And by the time it gets down here, it ain't gonna be it ain't gonna be cold
Ain't
no
gonna be
more.
nothing.
Oil
Nope.
right now is costing people $600 to $700 a month to heat their homes.
Wow. I guess that's all because of that global warming thing, huh?
Oh
No,
yeah.
that's
Right.
all right, y'all. Boudreaux,
Boudreaux.
Thibodeau, and Hebert was sitting around talking one afternoon after enjoying a nice crawfish bowl. Now, at their conversation turned to what they would like to have people say about them at their funerals if they had died. Okay, now Hebert, he says, me, if I could hear what they were saying about me while I'm laying in my casket, is that I was a great doctor and a good family man. Now, Thibodeau says, me, I would like to hear them say that I was a good husband, a great teacher, and I made a difference in the lives of hundreds of little children.
Aw.
Yeah, ain't that nice, huh? Now, Boudreaux, he thinks about that for a minute. And he says, you know, I would like to hear somebody say, look, he's moving.
Oh, that was a good.
He's such a deep thinker.
He goes for the right. He goes for the right way. He don't get caught up in no crap.
All right, now Boudreaux, he went to the doctor's office the other day and he told the doctor, this is Dr. Hebert. He says, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm always tired. I have these headaches and I can't sleep at night. The doctor tells Boudreaux, he says, I can't find anything wrong. It must be all the drinking. Now Boudreaux says, all right, Doc, I tell you what. I'll come back when you're sober.
When you sober. Oh, he come back
When he's sober, yeah.
Yeah, when the doctor's.
Abe has a cool ass too. And you know them doctors, they got that little bottle of whiskey in their desk.
Sure they do.
Because ain't nobody going to give them no shit.
That's when Boudreaux come in.
All right, back to drinking. Now, Boudreaux and Thibodeau was out drinking some beers last night. Now, every time Boudreaux took a sip of his beer, he would look down into his shirt pocket. Now, Thibodeau noticed this, and he asked Boudreaux why he kept looking in his pocket like that. So Boudreaux told him, he says, man, I got me a picture of Marie in my pocket. And when she starts looking good, I know I done had enough to drink.
Oh, don't let her hear you say that.
Oh, man.
Oh, Marie's got them big old ears. She heard it. Don't worry. We'll hear about that one when he goes home in a little while.
Yeah, he'll be in the doghouse tonight.
All right, are we ready for open mic? Or do you want to
Open
get one
mic.
more?
One more.
One more? Okay, one more. This was about sex.
Oh, yeah, great subject.
Now we're
It's the right time to say one more.
Boudreaux and Marie were sitting on their front porch on their 50th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
And suddenly, Marie picks up her walking cane and she whops Boudreaux across the shin.
Damn.
Boudreaux cries out in pain and he yells, damn it, Marie, why you did that to me? Marie says, that's for 50 years of terrible sex.
Oh.
No.
Oh,
Now, a
man.
few minutes later, Boudreaux picks up his cane and he whops Marie across her knees.
Uh-oh.
Marie screams at Boudreaux, why you hit me like that? And Boudreaux says, that's for knowing the difference between bad sex and good sex. She ain't supposed to know the difference.
That's
Yeah, right?
Damn Marie. That's Thibodeau.
Hey,
Thibodeau's
Marie.
somewhere in that story. I just know it. All right,
She taught
open mic.
Thibodeau taught her what good sex was.
Well, remember
Open
that
mic.
time when Thibodeau fixed all this stuff at her house?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
And she kept breaking stuff after you just done left.
yeah. That damn
Yeah.
Thibodeau. All right, open mic. Who's next?
Fiddlah, come on.
But then Hope, you got anything? Why not?
Beef jerky jokes?
Turkey.
Oh, turkey jokes. Good.
Ah.
I
Yeah,
ain't got no turkey jokes. Who got turkey jokes?
I got a
Fiddler.
couple.
Fiddler does.
Well, come on, man. All right, everybody. Big hand for Fiddler.
Hey,
Welcome Fiddler to the stage. Give us turkey jokes.
All right, can you hear me?
Yep.
I
That's
can hear you.
amazing.
Barely.
Because I can. All right, let's see. These are really dumb. Okay, question. What did the turkey say to the turkey hunter on Thanksgiving Day?
See you at dinner.
Quack, quack.
Oh, that's funny.
Thought it was gonna be hands up, don't shoot.
I thought I was going to see you at
A
dinner.
young man who worked at a grocery store had just finished stocking the turkeys in the freezer when a woman approached and said, "Excuse me, do these turkeys get any bigger?" "No, ma'am," he replied. "These turkeys are dead."
They ain't getting no bigger.
Nope.
This is a good one. A man called up his adult daughter and told her the bad news. He and his wife were getting a divorce. "But why, Dad? What happened?" the daughter asked. "I've been miserable for years and I just can't take it anymore. I've packed my bags and I'm leaving tonight," the father replied. "Wait, Dad, don't do anything drastic. I'm coming over to talk to you guys. Can you at least wait until tomorrow?" "Okay," he responded. "Why don't you bring John and the kids too? I'm sure
You're
know
echoing
want
through
to see
Gleesa,
them."
I think.
I don't have my mic on.
He's echoing to me.
I don't have my mic on.
Okay.
No, you turn me up if you can't hear me.
I hear you.
I can hear you.
I hear you
Turn it up,
double.
I can hear you for
I don't see how I'm echoing. I see green
Not
lights.
off me.
All right. So I'll finish. He goes, "I'm sure your mom will want to see the kids and all that, right?" Daughter says, "See you then." The man hung up the phone and said, "Honey, the kids are coming over for Thanksgiving."
You tricked them.
Took me a minute to get that one.
You know, I shot my first ever turkey this Thanksgiving. Sure scared everyone in the grocery store. So this guy checks into the rehab the day after Thanksgiving. As it turns out, he just couldn't quit cold turkey. Why was the turkey ruined on Thanksgiving?
Hmm.
I have no idea, but I suspect foul play.
Foul play.
Funny.
What does a disappointed mother turkey tell her kids? "If your father could see you now, he'd be rolling over in his gravy."
It's gravy.
That's cute.
This morning, my wife said she wanted me to help fix Thanksgiving dinner. I said, "Why? Is it broken?" Okay, there's a question for you. What sound does a turkey with one leg make? Wobble, wobble. Okay, now, you gotta follow this one here. Here's a recipe for how to cook a turkey. Step 1, go buy a turkey. Step 2, take a drink of whiskey. Step 3, put turkey in the oven. Step 4, take another 2 drinks of whiskey. Step 5, set the degree at 375 in the oven. Step 6, take 3 more drinks of whiskey.
3 more.
Step 7, turn the oven on. Step 8, take 4 more drinks of whiskey. Step 9, turk the bastie. Step 10, whiskey another bottle of Get. Step 11. Stick a turkey in the thermometer. Step 12. Laugh yourself and pour a whiskey.
I even doing some of
Make
them
the
steps
whiskey
too.
for 4 hours. Step 14. Take the oven out of the turkey.
Oh,
Step 15. Floor the turkey up off the pick. Step 16. Tuck the carvey. Step 17. Get yourself a scuttle of botch.
Scuttle of botch.
Step 18. Tuck the sable and pour yourself a glass of turkey.
A glass of turkey, wild turkey.
Right. And finally, let the saying pass and eat-o.
Yay, that was great.
hey, that was a
My
good
last
one.
one is Thanksgiving is the time to count your blessings one by one as each relative goes home.
Oh, excellent.
Ah,
And that's
hey.
it.
Yay, that
That was awesome. That was good.
Thank you.
That was great.
All right, big hand for Fiddlah.
Yay,
That was funny, Fiddlah. I like that. Turkey jokes. Couple days late, but still good.
Hey, I still got turkey in my refrigerator.
I do too.
Me too.
My dog's eating this though.
Our cat's eating some.
Shit, we're gonna have turkey for weeks.
Mm.
All right, I'm gonna told y'all a little another story here. This is a little bit long, but I think we can handle it. All right, Boudreaux and Thibodeau and their wives, Marie and Clotilde, they all decided to get together and play some Bourrée. Now, for y'all Northerners, Bourrée is a card game, and it's a Cajun card game, so you wouldn't understand, but just go with it. Now, after a couple hours of card playing and beer drinking, Boudreaux had to answer the call of nature. So he got up and he went to the bathroom. Now, about that same time, Clotilde went to the kitchen to get them some more beer. Now, while Thibodeau and Marie were alone, the beer was making Thibodeau starting to feel a little frisky. And he started talking trash with Marie. Because we all know the little thing between Thibodeau and Marie. Now he remarked how good looking he thought she was, and of course, one thing led to another, and he finally suggested that they should go and fool around together.
Do the deed.
Yeah, the big nasty. Now Marie reminded Thibodeau that he and Boudreaux was best friends, and that she didn't think that would be right. Well, of course, Thibodeau kept trying, and finally he offered her $100, to go get nasty with him. $100, y'all. Now,
That's big
this
money.
was too much for Marie to pass up, so she agreed, and they planned to meet the next day while Boudreaux was at work.
Oh boy.
Now, bright and early the next morning, Thibodeau shows up at Marie and Boudreaux's house, and he and Marie passed them a good time all day long.
Ooh.
Later on, he gives Marie the $100 and he leaves. About a couple hours later, Boudreaux, he gets home from work and he asks Marie if Thibodeau had been by during the day. Now, Marie, she a little surprised, and she says yes. And Boudreaux then asked her if Thibodeau gave her $100. Marie, she really nervous now, but she's honest. She tells him yes. Now Boudreaux says, man, that Boudreaux, I can always count on him, yeah. Yesterday, he borrowed $100 from me, and he promised that today he would pass by and drop it off.
Oh!
Oh my god. Oh, what a sleazy guy.
I've heard that one.
Yeah, sleazy guy. Sleazy guy.
Marie played the sucker.
Damn.
More than one way, I guess.
Damn.
She got played the sucker, yeah.
Psych. All right, here's a short one. Thibodeau went to the ear doctor yesterday. He complaining. Said, "Doctor, I can't hear nothing in my right ear." The doctor gets his scope and he looks into Thibodeau's ear. He looks at Thibodeau and he says, "Tib, it's no wonder you can't hear out that ear. You got a suppository stuck in your ear."
Damn.
Thibodeau exclaims, "Damn, now I remember where I put my hearing aid."
Mhm.
Oh!
Brings new meaning to can't hear shit.
I got him backwards. I got him
Oh,
backwards.
alright.
All right, anybody got something they wanna tell us?
I got
Got
a
a
couple
joke?
jokes. I
You
got
got
a
a couple?
Hey, why
yeah.
not?
All right, let's everybody. Let's big hand for Wyvern.
All right, I'm gonna do some redneck jokes, boys and girls, cause I live in
Redneck
Hillbilly Holler, and I live with John Boy Walton in this area here. You know how many rednecks it takes to eat a possum? Takes two. One's got to eat the possum, the other one's got to watch for the traffic.
Roadkill.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you know the toothbrush had to be invented in Kentucky. If it was invented anywhere besides Kentucky, it would have been called a teeth brush.
Right.
Oh.
You know the most popular pickup line in Arkansas? Nice tooth you got there.
Tooth. Oh.
You know who the poorest person is in West Virginia? The Tooth Fairy.
Oh.
This guy walks in the Arkansas bar and he orders a white wine spritzer, and the bar goes real quiet. Everybody's staring at this stranger. "Where are you from, boy?" the bartender asks. "I'm from Iowa," says the man. "What the heck do you do in Iowa?" asks the bartender. "Well, I'm a taxidermist," says the man. "A taxidermist," says the bartender. "Now just what in the heck is a taxidermist?" "Well, I mount animals," says the man, and the bartender turns to the rest of the bar and says, "It's okay, boys, he's one of us." This reporter's interviewing a redneck farmer. "You know," he says, "there are some folks who think that you farmers have sex with all kinds of animals, like goats, pigs, cows, and chickens." "Chickens," says the farmer. "What kind of pervert has sex with a chicken?" Hey, at Mississippi State University, they found another use for sheep. Wool. They found wool.
Another use. Oh.
Have you seen the redneck version of Star Wars? It ends with the line, "Luke, I am your father and your uncle."
Burn.
That's funny.
Hillbilly Zeke, he goes to his pa and he says, "You know, I'm a-fixin' on marrying Lulu Bell." "Yup," says pa. "Well," says Zeke, "I just found out she done be a virgin." "Lulu Bell's a virgin," says pa. "Well, you ain't marrying her, boy, and that's final. She ain't good enough for her own kin. She ain't good enough for ourn." Hey, what do you call a hillbilly who owns sheep and goats? Bisexual.
Bisexual.
What do you call it? What do you call an Alabama farmer with a sheep under each arm? A pimp. A pimp.
A pimp.
Alright, you know that you're a redneck when taking your wife on a cruise means circling the supermarket. You know you're a redneck when the Halloween pumpkin on your porch has more teeth than your wife does. You know you're a redneck when the value of your truck depends on how much gas is in it.
Hey.
You know you're a redneck when you bring your dog to work with you. You know you're a redneck when you have 5 cars that are immobile in a house that isn't. You know you're a redneck if you got flowers planted in a bathroom appliance in your front yard. Oh my God, I think I'm a redneck. You know you're a redneck if you mow your lawn and find a car in it.
Oh, God, I know.
You know you're a redneck when you need one more hole punched in your card to get a freebie at the House of Tattoos. You know you're a redneck when you stand under the mistletoe at Christmas and wait for Granny and your sister to walk by.
Oh.
You know you're a redneck when your child's first words are, "Attention, Kmart shoppers." And then I'm going to skip from the rednecks to puns. My ex used to hit me with stringed instruments. He has a history of violence.
Violence.
I don't play soccer football because I enjoy the sport. I'm just doing it for kicks.
For kicks.
I was hoping to steal some leftovers from the party, but my plans were foiled.
Foiled. Oh. Aluminum
Simba was walking so slowly I told him to Mufasa. Most people are really shocked when they find out how bad an electrician I am.
Really shocked.
Right, there you go.
I lost my mood ring the other day. I'm not sure how to feel about it. The doctor told his patients to stop using a cotton bud, but it just went in one ear and out the other. Some clown opened the door for me this morning. That was a nice gesture.
Jester.
My math teacher called me average. How mean! Well, that's if you're not a mathematician.
Mean, yes.
Yeah, mean. The first time I got a universal remote control, I thought, this changes everything.
Changes everything.
I got fired from the candle factory because I refused to work weekends.
Weekends.
You know, the police arrested the world tongue twister champion. I imagine he'll be given a tough sentence.
A tough sentence.
I'm really happy with my new refrigerator magnet. So far, I've gotten 12 fucking refrigerators. That's fine for the night. Girl.
Yay!
Hey, all right, Wyvern.
Why
All
not?
right, big hand for Y. All right, I got a couple of more that I'll say, and then we'll try for open mic again. Actually, I got like four more.
Four more.
Four
2
more.
and 2. 2 and 2.
Okay, 2 and 2.
Do it. Do it.
And we'll do this one first.
Sock it to me.
All right. T. Boudreaux, 16
T.
years old.
Ooh.
Yep. He's now 16, and Boudreaux decided it was time for him to learn the facts of life.
Uh-oh.
So he takes him to the local house of ill repute, to the Hoe House,
The whole
which
house.
is fronted by a beauty parlor because you know that shit's illegal. Now he introduces T to the madam and explains that it's time for his indoctrination into sex. Now the madam says, Boudreaux, you've been such a good customer over all these years. I'm going to take personal care of him. I'm going to take care of him personally. So she takes T by the hand and leads him upstairs, where she completes his deflowering. Now later, as they're walking downstairs, the madam says to little T, she says, since this is your first time, I'm going to see that you get the full treatment before you leave. I'm going to give you a manicure. Okay. I don't know no 16-year-old that's worried about that. But about 2 weeks later, T and his papa run into the madam on Main Street. Now T is acting a little shy, so the madam smiles. She says, "Well, T, don't you remember me?" And T stutters. "Yes, ma'am, I sure do. You the lady that gave me the crabs.
Oh!
And then you
Oh!
cut off my fingernails so I couldn't scratch." Damn. Damn.
Man, that's rough.
Down nasty down on the bayou, I swear.
That's rough. Yeah, that's torture.
All right, don't know what's worse, the crabs or the inability to scratch me.
Right?
The crabs, yeah. All right, last year, Boudreaux bought Marie's mama a cemetery plot as a Christmas gift. This year, he didn't buy her anything.
Oh.
Now, incensed, mama-in-law asked Boudreaux why he didn't give her any gifts this year. And Boudreaux replied, "Because you still ain't used the one I got you last year." All right, open mic. That was two. Who
That
we
was
got?
two.
Anybody
Okay.
got anything in their back pocket?
Hope, Randy, Pepper.
Not. I got two more.
I could fill in if you need a few.
Come on, Randy.
Yeah, go ahead, Randy. Down,
Come on,
Randy.
Randy. Go, buddy.
All right, let's everybody. Let's welcome Randy.
Yay, Randy.
You got 5 minutes, Randy.
Hey, buddy.
3 jokes.
I'll do it.
All right, 3 jokes, and then I'll close this out.
Okay, let's see what we got here. These are by other comedians, famous comedians. So I'll tell their name at the end so you know who it is. I was in pre-med, and I remember one time I was doing rounds, and a guy had been in a motorcycle accident and had broken his jaw. It was all wired shut, and he said, they say, "Well, we have to feed you through the back door." So they flipped him over on his stomach and they put a funnel in his butt. And he says, "Oh, well, I'm kind of hungry. What's for lunch?" Nurse says, "What'd he say?" He says, "Well, I'm kind of hungry. What's for lunch?" And they say, "We have roast beef, broccoli, a baked potato, and hot chocolate." "Sounds good. Smells good." So they pour it down the funnel and he goes, "Ooh." And they say, "Too hot?" And he says, "No, too sweet." Martin
Too
Short.
sweet?
Too sweet. Yeah. I guess it was the hot chocolate. Once upon a time, this guy goes to a silent retreat where you don't speak at all for a year. He stays in this little room, and after 3 months, the room is freezing cold. So he goes out to the leader of the retreat and says, "My room is very cold. Can I get a blanket?" The guy gets the blanket, and he goes back to his room and continues his silent retreat. 3 months later, there's a leak in his room. He goes back to the leader and goes, "There's a leak in my room. Could someone come and fix the leak, please?" So they come and they fix the leak, and he goes back to his room. Now, after 9 months, he goes back to the leader and he goes, "This retreat is not going as well as I'd hoped. I'd like to leave." And the owner of the retreat says, "Go. Yeah, I think you should go. You haven't shut the fuck up since you've been here. And yeah, if you are going to sleep in the bathtub, turn the shower off." Let's see. I'll pick one more.
Yeah, give us one more, Randy.
Let's see. A little boy turned 16 years old and he went to his dad, who was a minister, and he said, "Dad, I turned 16 today. I'd like to use the family car." And his dad said, "Son, I know you'd like to, boyo, and you'd like to use the family car, but I think we have other priorities. Number one, you need to improve your grades. Number two, me being a minister, it'd be nice if you were to start reading the Bible." come to church. And number 3, you need to get a haircut, boyo. So 6 months go by, and the son comes to his dad and says, Dad, I love you. I tried to do everything you asked me to do. You asked me to improve my grades, and it took a long time and a lot of work, and I stayed up late at night. But Dad, here's my report card, and I want to thank you for that, Dad. You being a minister, thank you for making me read the Bible, because do you know that I read that Samson had long hair? Dad, I continued to read the Bible even more, and even Moses had long hair. Daddy, you know what? Because of you, I read the whole Bible, and even Jesus had long hair. And his dad looked at him and said, Boyo, if you notice that everywhere they went, they walked. That's it. That'll end it for me tonight. Thank you.
That was great, Randy.
Love your voices, Randy.
Do some voices for you.
Okay.
All right, guys. We got like 7 seconds. So with that, I'm going to say thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. We actually survived another hour, well, maybe 45 minutes of comedy.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you
Thank you
very
all for
much.
coming.
Yay.
Thank you all for joking with us. Thank you all for making us laugh.
Yay, buddy.
Yay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
It was stuck on the bottom of the chicken's foot.